Howdy, howdy, hey everybody! Welcome everybody to the Curse of Strahd campaign. Novice DMing. Hello, we are here. I am McKinnon, your dungeon master for the session. Here we got Padon, we got Noah, we got Kylah, we got David. Everybody is here, and I am so excited for ourselves to be running this campaign today. So the very first thing that I'm going to be talking about is kind of an announcement regarding a video that we are kind of like specially doing here with all of us, the campaign. I'm kind of in the process of getting all organized. Is a Q&A session or like a episode that we're going to be doing for everyone. Curse of Strahd is going to be coming to an end pretty soon here. I have no idea when it's going to be happening. We are currently, I'm following off the whims basically of what everybody here does to see how long we're going to be going. But we are in the kind of final phases of the story here. So with that, we are going to be doing a little special video where we can have like a little talk about like the campaign, the journey, all the different player characters that our players have been made, and the kind of their ideas behind it. Me talking about the process, me talking about ideas and thoughts about the actual construction of the game. And also, yeah, answering any questions that any of the audience members have for us, either Strahd specific ones to our campaign. But yeah, just a little bit of an education thing, talking about this awesome adventure, because yeah, Novice DMing for me has always been about like educating and bringing opportunities to learn more about tabletop role-playing games. And that's especially what I want to do with this, because this is such a wonderful campaign setting to run this game in, and I want to let more people know about it and talk about some stuff, because I know a lot of people don't they have maybe good opportunities with it, or they don't, and they don't get to finish this game because it's a big game. It's a big campaign. Like this is a honkers. So yeah, but we're gonna be doing that. I have no idea when it's gonna happen. We'll probably be doing it like, I don't know, maybe a month or so after the last episode or the last session we do. So we'll let you know then. But for now, just want to let you guys know about that. Feel free to ask questions in the comments sections of the videos. If you see multiple videos, feel free to ask questions there, and I'll be like collecting them and then bring up some of the most relevant ones, or the ones that I think would be really interesting to engage with everybody else. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing that's going to be talked about is our, I'm talking about YEG D&D for Sorry Not Sorry Improv, talking about our shows coming up for the Edmonton Fringe Festival. But I'm not going to be making that announcement. Instead, somebody else is. And I'm going to, give me 1 second here, be right back.
The suspense is...
Hello, everyone! It's I am Rusty Nailimboard. I am a gnome, rogue inquisitor journalist, and I've come from deep down into the Underdark and come now to the surface world to tell you all about Sorry Not Sorry's production of YEG D&D. That's right. It's a crazy improvised storytelling long format show where we are going to be following a group of adventurers, and we are going to see their lives unfold before you on the very stage. The stage in question for the Edmonton Fringe Festival is the Sugar Swing Ballroom. This is what I've gotten through my years of experience as a rogue journalist. And at the Sugar Swing Ballroom, we are going to be performing on these days. I'll look at my notes to let you know. We're going to be performing on August 16th, August 17th, August 18th, August 19th, August 20th, August 23rd, August 24th, and August 25th. That's right. Those are the days in which we are going to be performing. If you want to know the times, you can look on the Edmonton Fringe Festival website, and you'll be able to find it there. We are going to be following the adventures of the Fields family. There's Harvest Fields, or Harvey. There's Morgan Fields, or Morgan, and then there's Arabella Fields, also known as Arabella Fields. This is the journey that we are going to be going on. We're going to be finding out in an improvised format what adventures will be transpiring. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to find out. And then I'm going to be talking to people on the streets about it, finding out if anyone has heard anything about the Fields family or the Fields farm. So we'll be able to learn more about this fantastic new adventure that will be transpiring on the Edmonton Fringe Festival this year at the Sugar Swing Ballroom. And now I'm off back into my hole. We'll see you all at the Edmonton Fringe. Ha! Hibbity zabbity zoop! I'm off to seek the truth.
Bye, Rusty.
That was a great sound right at the end. Like a high turkey or something.
Oh, okay.
he's
So
a-
yeah, that's
he's
So
a rogue journalist. Does that mean he is a rogue who is also journaling? Or he is a journalist who's gone against the man?
That's
you know
a
what?
great
That's
question.
a great question that you can ask.
Find out. At Certain
Rusty?
Stories, YNG D&D.
Find out on the streets of Edmonton on White Avenue. White Avenue during the Edmonton Fringe Festival. Rusty will be happy to answer any questions that you have. Whew! Okay, so that was great. I tell you, it is hard to be the dungeon master and then try to do bits at the same time. That's crazy. Whew. Okay. So, with all that, that's all I have to say for announcements. If there's any, I want to check with you guys. Do you guys have any questions whatsoever regarding character stuff? David sends a thumbs up. Fantastic. So, if I'm gonna have to look at that.
Payton, I have Payton. You missed it. Payton, are you ready?
Oh, right. Here we go.
What the fuck is going
This was straight up 5 minutes of our last session. Remember I told you that there was something
Oh, more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, at least. Remember I told you that
Is
there was
this something you just figured out?
Yeah, there's lots. So we got these. We got this. Just wait. We got this one's one of my favorites.
Oh.
Rain.
Yeah.
We got just one of these.
It
Is
was
there
one
anything?
thumb.
It's only two.
Yeah,
One
Well,
it's
one
thumb
thumb
up.
is. Yeah. Oh no, it's this one. This one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we kept getting the balloons that one time.
exactly.
God, that's
Exactly.
Anyways, I've learned them. You missed it, but I got to show you. I'm happy.
I love
nothing
it.
happens when I do it.
Yes. You got to see them. And you know what else you're going to see? What happens in the lands of Barovia right now for Curse of Strahd?
I think Liam was impatient.
I had to wait 25
wanna talk
minutes
about
for a
Marvel again?
tangent on goddamn Marvel movies before
Before
we even had to start
Sorry.
this.
Sorry, we have a
Don't get
D&D
me
session
started.
after San Diego Comic-Con.
There-
Sorry we were
there-
talking about comics and movies. Sorry
There-
about that.
There was literally a question of, are we going to be
I
able
thought
to
you were
start
dropping
early?
in.
I have been here for an hour and a half. I have been waiting.
Dude.
I was like, we're gonna do it early this time. No,
Boy, are my arms tired.
nothing changes. What is
Of
this?
course not.
This is the rusty turkey noise. Okay, we're gonna start now with Curse of
That's
Strahd.
fine. Don't look at that. Just ignore that.
I don't like change.
Hey, made our
We broke him.
We broke
I
him.
think-
DM
Did I-
already. One
Did we
face ball.
win? Did we just win D&D?
Ding-
We won
Dungeon
D&D.
Daddy's upset with us.
We broke the DM.
Oh,
what
I'm
I've been
sure he'll
waiting
find a
for.
way to.
I
even
don't
up.
get
Roll
to start the
credits.
game until I do my bit. So it sucks.
Kylah, do a pose and then roll credits.
I was considering 14 wolves, but now it'll be 52. Good luck, assholes.
Sometimes you wanna go.
Everybody knows her name.
Okay.
That's
That's it. That's all you can do, David.
That's all I got.
Ah.
Yeah, see, Kylah, yeah, see, Kylah's just got us all to shame now. So much pyrotechnics in so little time.
It's perfect. When last we left off in the Village Valley fucking mists of Barovia. You guys all had traveled past Valaki to be able to get to two different locations. Squally, you with Irina went to go off into the Village of Barovia. And going to the Village of Barovia, you were going to, one, keep yourself away from Castle Ravenloft for the reception dinner. And you were going to see if you could help in any way, shape, or form with any of the necessities that were there, and kind of like helping bolster the kind of the defenses of what is going to be coming to the people of this village, as well, because there's a whole bunch of druids and mountain folk and other stuff coming to attack all these other villages. You dropped off, or you didn't drop off Bildrath the horse, or the pony. Bildrath the pony was then taken by Bildrath the man, because we found out that that's there's two Bildraths now in our campaign. So yeah, Bildrath the pony was taken by Bildrath the very old man and shopkeep. So that was very fun. You had met with Ismark to discuss looking and bolstering the location. You had also then met with Giorgio, and then Genya, two Barovians who were getting ready to kind of go on a hunt. They had some hunting traps for wolves, but these, whatever wolves they were not being affected by their traps. There was issues, and there were some villagers that are like been taken and gone missing. So that has been kind of the situation that you've been set with. You then were talking to them, getting them all kind of prepped up and ready, but your focus was getting yourself to stay at Ismark's mansion to help prep there. The rest of you, on your journey with Ratka to get back to, or to go and meet up with his caravan, you had discovered a couple things. First of all, you found footprints for Rufus that were leading off into the forest somewhere. Rufus, you guys had kind of remembered that you'd left with Stanimir, but you had seen signs of Rufus being there. Off in your direction, you did not, Sly, you did not give any indication of this knowledge or anything about Stanimir, or you talked about Rufus, but you didn't really talk about Stanimir. You connected with Ratka's people. You all started to travel with the caravan to get back to the Tesserpool's tent site. When you got there, on the travels, you would notice that there was a grave marker, or at the gallows, you would notice that there were stones set. There was a gravestone of Sly, Kari, Eren, and then one other empty plot that was unnamed. You all traveled to the Vistani camp. You went there, were able to have a hero's feast, thanks to Madame Ava being able to cast a hero's feast spell. However, Sly was having to go into the tent for a reading as opposed to actually engaging with a feast. So Sly does not have the benefits of the hero's feast, but everybody else here does. Kari, Eren, you, David, you, Vystera, and then also members of Ratka's band and people that help out with there. David, you got the number down for the HP increase. I believe the HP increase for everybody is 14 additional hit points for everyone for their maximum HP. Fantastic. So yeah, Eren, you can make that indication for the next 24 hours. You have an additional 14 maximum hit points.
That's 122. Do I gain the 14 back then from where I was?
Yeah, you add it. So it's going to add to your current. It's going to add to your maximum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You also found out that Radka said that there might be some other Vistani that will be coming into the wedding day. While they will not be going to the castle on the wedding on the reception dinner day, they will be dropping you guys off closer to the castle and then going to the day of the wedding. And you will know who is a trustworthy Vistani because their rings will be missing a gemstone. They ceremoniously ripped out a couple stones, and you will be able to notice that. And that is where we left off with all of you guys after Sly has come out of the reading and all this has transpired. So we're going to first focus on Eren, Vystra, Sly, and Kari. First of all, Eren. You yourself, you didn't get to really contribute to the Heroes Feast, but everybody got to have a say in the kind of food that they wanted to have. I think we said we made a big character change for Eren that he really likes peas. I believe it was. It was peas.
I fucking love peas.
Pea soup, pea stuff. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Just,
Sure, it's
that's
canon. Aaron likes peas.
Eren
Yeah.
likes pea.
No, he
World
likes
peas.
peas. Yeah. He likes world peas.
I like
and...
pea.
Okay. That's how he gets his protein.
Yeah.
It's great.
Take that character change, Padon. Boom. Good luck dealing with that. That's what you get for being away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kylah did it.
Listen, I was away once and
No.
I died.
It's getting better.
That's
Again,
the
now
worst
It's just,
character change.
now it's just peas.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's just, I've got a hankering for
choices.
peas.
Mmm. Sweet peas.
Mm-mm. Peas.
Mm. So as you're finishing your fourth bowl of peas with your one hand,
Nom, nom, nom.
yeah, and I'm assuming having your like second bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Peas and
Eren,
wine.
Eren, what is just going through your brain? What's going through your mind? How are you feeling? How you feeling with the reception dinner coming up soon? You're around the Vistani. It's a pretty big party. You're gonna get ready to go here in a bit, but how are you feeling?
Well, God knows I love a good party, and these peas are delicious. I'm trying. I think Aaron is trying very much not to think too much about the fact that
Oh shit. You just froze on us at that moment.
Yeah, that was epic.
That was perfect.
And
Okay,
the
everybody.
killer is
kind of making peace with it all.
Sorry, you completely glitched out there,
I did.
Eren.
I
Yeah.
did. It says my internet connection is unstable.
Yeah, so you stopped when it's like, I think what's going through his mind is, and it just froze. So do you mind?
Perfect timing.
Yeah,
Perfect
was.
timing.
We were gonna do
Yeah,
a Mad
Um,
He
Libs
said, and he's
game in a
trying
bit.
to be at peace. That
Yeah.
was the ending.
He's trying to be at peace,
Yeah.
and that was
At peas. Peas.
Peas.
At peas.
Peas.
sorry.
Um,
Can you say it again?
I think I forget what I said. Basically, yeah. Just trying to enjoy the party, knowing that we're probably gonna go die. So kind of trying to just, yeah, I guess making peace with that.
Hmm.
And just trying to enjoy all of the festivities.
You got it. At this point, Sly, you return from the tent, and you see Eren. I know we had a little exchange before, just you and I, with me being Eren, but instead we'll have the real guy be here as you come out of the tent.
Hello, I'm Aaron.
Oh, Well, Sly's worried this is another one of those Squally situations where Squally forgot us.
I'm the real
I-
Eren.
After the conversation with Madame Ava, Sly's kind of like, who am I? And then Eren looking at him and saying, I'm the real Eren, is throwing him through a mental loop that he's just like really. It's a.
Are you okay?
How do we know what any of us are real?
Oh Lord.
We don't.
This
You know?
conversation could take longer than Marvel.
You know,
I hope
we
it
don't.
does.
But we're just here. You just whether or not we're real, you're here.
Yeah. 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 Do we got it's like a stop. Do do we got any do I get any food we could like some chow? Anything?
There's peas.
Oh my God.
Um
You guys did
yeah,
this to me.
that um
It's an absolute nightmare.
is there what kind of weird Twilight Zone episode is this?
Yeah,
It's all
that's
it's all
exactly.
peas.
It's all
Exactly.
peas.
Yeah,
Everything's
you see,
in a pod.
like you just look out and all of like the meat, all of, like the schnitzel, the German food inspiration, all that stuff, it's all just gone. All the like Wurst and all of it, it's just all disappeared. And at the end, you just see this giant
Peas.
like in the ceramic dish, the great ornamental dish that's like 1,000 gold pieces worth. There's just like overflowing, like crisp, beautiful green sweet peas, just like right out snow peas next, like 3 or 4 different varieties of peas, just like completely
Oh my
mixed.
God.
There's also like a soup that's just kind of off to the side there. That is it. There's no meat. There's no nothing.
Peas.
There's no meat anywhere?
No meat. Everybody ate everything in that hour span. Yeah.
There's
So I just
peas.
kind of like stare sadly at the peas.
There's wine.
So I was
I
gonna
hand you like
happily
a
take
whole
that.
bottle that I'm drinking out of.
So I takes that out of Aaron's hands and starts drinking.
You got
Nice.
it. Fantastic.
Not like binge, but just like, he's trying to get a nice little like hangout. Little kickback.
Kari comes up to you and just like is like, Sly. So what'd you find out? What's up?
Um what uh
Sly, you doing okay?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Did you find out anything at all? Is there any
Good talk.
use?
Yeah. No. Yeah, we're no, we should huh? What?
Oh, okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna be ready to go in a little bit?
He just leans to Kari's like, is there any real food that isn't peas?
I mean, most of Raka's people, most of everybody here ate everything else. So I mean,
Okay. Sly will like begrudgingly eat some, but he's not happy about it.
yeah, you take a handful of these like green peas, and you just start like mushing them in your mouth, and immediately there's a voice in your head just like, "Oh, what is this? What is this?"
Don't even get me started on this. This is I don't.
Ugh. It's like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Kavan, I know. Okay.
It's
So-
gross.
So don't even. Yeah.
Oh,
And after like one handful, so I was kind of like, yeah, I'm good.
Perfect. You do hear Kavan's voice inside, like in your mind. It's just like, hey, like, so I had no idea that like usually like going through all those like things. I'm sorry if I ever made you like uncomfortable or anything like that. Like any point with like, you know, the things I brought up, like I'm more free and I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable
Oh
with any of
no,
that.
no, hey, no,
Yeah.
dude, no, dude, don't even trip, dog. Don't like we're all yeah, we're all good.
Okay. Look, I'm not
It's
gonna
like
say,
keeps drinking wine.
yeah, okay. Well, look, I mean, I'll tell you this, like, I'm pretty, I'm pretty happy right now. I'm pretty lucky to be like inhabiting the same soul as you. Like, you're like a soul, you're like a soul brother, you know? Like, you're a brother, but like not from my mom or my dad. Like, you are, yeah. You just,
Uh,
you're like, if there was any other, if I could have been like tied to any other soul in my life, I'm glad it's you. I'm glad it's you.
um, that yeah, that means a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know what? You know, yeah,
Thanks. Yeah.
yeah. You're welcome. And you know what? We'll one day you and I we're gonna figure out this whole like you know sex thing for you. We're gonna get there, but for now
Why
we're not
that
gonna worry
was
about it.
brought
We're not
up.
gonna worry about it.
I don't know
That's
why
that's not the
that
thing we're gonna worry
gets
about.
brought up at all, but yeah.
We're gonna be good. That we'll channel that energy into something like violent and ferocious, and it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, all right.
Start just giving the hand signs out there. um Raka just kind of comes up to you and gives you a good old right. Okay, well, stomach is full. Is everyone ready to load up? Great. Just everybody gives a good silent old thumbs up there. Kari's just like, yes, we're good. We'll be ready. So you guys are able to gather up everything you have. We'll be able to start traveling. Loading up into the cart, you see Ratka's caravan. There's about two of them. One of them stays behind, and one of them's loading up with Ratka, a driver, and all of you to be welcome into one of the wagons. They will be driving you up towards Castle Ravenloft. As you all load up, begin to take off, the horse clicks off and begins to go. And Sly, there's a moment when you are kind of like moving, like you're in the caravan and you can just feel a presence passing by you as you were just kind of like going past Madame Ava's tent. You feel some kind of essence and energy still lingering for yourself. You continue to go. As you all make your way onto the main road, you hear across the sky, howls of wolves. It's like at least two of them, far off in the distance. At least far off for you. For one of you, these sounds are a lot closer. We're going to go to you, Squally. You can hear these howls probably a few 100 feet away, carrying out through the village of Barovia. You hear this howl cut through like daggers. You can hear it cut through the screaming wails of Mad Mary across the road. You can hear the pace and the rush of like heavy footfalls in the mud, like people rushing to homes, rushing to cover. And you are in the estate right now of Ismark. Now, Ismark's estate is like well furnished. It's got 2 floors to it. It's got like kind of all the windows are kind of boarded up, but have like little creaks between it. Like you can like pull back some of it. It's kind of like wood paneling where it's on a hinge for each of the little spots. So it's just kind of like giving some cover, but then drops down. Where are you, Squally? What is your kind of position here? Where are you taking place? Like in this estate, you let me know where you're going to be trying to set yourself up. I'll let you know what Ismark and Irina are doing, but I want to know what your kind of process is.
It was my understanding at the end that I was sleeping in the like near the mansion. You said it was like a little side house or something near the mansion. That I was gonna sleep there for the night while they were in the house.
I didn't mention a side house.
You mentioned something that was close to the mansion that I could rest and sleep at.
There is a back house actually to the mansion. It's behind it. It's like not really a full side house. It's more of like a like I guess you could probably call it like a little bit of a stable area. Like a little place for like chickens and such. But in this room there is no like there's like just not even like a donkey or anything like this. It's just like a dry, empty stable. Like it's just kind of mildewy and moldy and kind of unattended. But yeah, this is kind of the thing in the back area where you are welcome to stay if you wish.
Okay, I remember asking him somewhere that I could rest. Like, was there? That was the last thing I remember. Like, he didn't invite me in the house though. I don't know
Oh
if he
yeah,
invited me there to sleep.
Ismark. Yeah, he let you in the house. He
Okay.
would absolutely let you in the house.
Yeah, because I wrote that it was somewhere outside of the mansion. Then that's perfect. I would like to find a bed to sleep, possibly.
Okay, so you do want to be inside of the mansion, or you want to be in the back house area?
No, I would be inside if that was
Okay.
offered for sure.
For sure. So
And then
you just
I'd like Squally's idea is that he'll wait till morning to see Stanimir if everything goes well through the night. Like he'll listen out for anything that happens throughout the night, and he'll just kind of be close to Irina, but like giving her space with her brother and everything like that too.
Okay, you begin to see as this is all happening, you begin to kind of prepare yourself to go to sleep and kind of rest up. You see Ismark strapped up with a padded little armor set for himself, walking around with his mace, getting a kind of a small like crested shield as well, just kind of setting it on for himself. Irina is kind of now set with an adornment of like it looks like the breastplate that she has featured for herself. She has it set prominent, and she's walking around with a different sword now. She's walking around with a long rapier that seems to be having like it seems a little bit larger. And she goes over and she grabs another blade over the mantle piece. And she fixes like a small like short blade for herself as well. So she's kind of got a short blade rapier, and she's got a dagger at her side as well as her regular crossbow. Like she's armed right now, and she's all prepped up. Ismark looks to you as you're going to rest and says, "We can give you the second floor bedroom over here where there's a guest room. There's a single window there in case anything happens. But yes, we'll make sure that the door is easy access. He gives you a key. If you need to lock it for any reasons, here, passes that to you."
Okay, so I go up to the bedroom. I'll leave the window open to be able to listen to things. I'm gonna keep all my armor on and everything ready. But I'm probably tired as heck.
Okay.
It was a big brave day for Squally.
It was a big brave day for Squally. Well done.
He was a knight and with his noble steed.
All right. So, Squally, You set and sit for yourself
I
to
leave the
listen.
sorry. I leave the door open too.
You're going to leave the door open? Okay. So you sit down and you listen for what begins to happen outside. You begin to hear the howls of wolves again, Squally. They cut across. It feels like a chill runs through your spine as you hear this. And in this moment, you sit. I'm going to roll something here.
Please roll. Squally gets deep sleep
Okay.
for short rest. That would be ideal.
Oh, Squally. The window open with the shutter like above it. You hear a howl, a snarl of a heavy, massive creature outside of the window, and with a flash, a burst, like a bolt of fire, breaks through the window and strikes the like kind of a small picture that is set into the bedroom and lights it on fire. You see this immediately in your bedroom as this like strikes through. This is within like 30 minutes of you setting up. And with this break, you hear the howls crack through and screams coming from outside.
Okay. Well, Squally, the painting's on fire.
Yes.
Do I see a blanket or anything I can cover it with?
Yeah, you're in a bedroom. You can cover it up with the blanket that's right on the bed.
I'd try to pat the fire down as best as I can, and
Yeah.
I run downstairs.
Fantastic. You're going to start doing that. You start patting it out. You snuff out the fire and you immediately begin to run down the stairs. As you run down the stairs, you hear okay, what happens? You hear like a you hear like a small like kind of like singeing sound outside and sound in pain as you see Ismark is set up right outside or right down at the steps, looking out one of the windows and leaning out. And he's like, his face is like of like horror at what he's seeing outside. Irina is like stationed. She says, I only saw 2 of them outside. You rush down. What do you do?
What do you guys need? Where do you need me? I kind of crouch next to Ishmark with my crossbow ready.
He leans up and he says, Squally, if you want to be taking any positions at the windows, you can be able to take shots there. Keep yourself in cover. Irina, make sure you keep farther from the windows. She's just like, Ismark, I'm going to be helping you. And he's like, fine, just keep yourself safe. He's just staring outside, closes it, and says, I'm going to make sure that the door gets more protection. And he's going to go and move a couch and try to move it over towards the door. Squally, I want you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Yikes. That'll be 6.
Okay. You are going to go second here. With Ismark and Irina behind you here. Okay, so outside, passively, Squally, you just hear okay. Let's roll die. Okay. Another bolt, and you see another bolt goes into the window where you had gone through in the bedroom, hits the same painting again and begins to light another part of it on fire. As you hear that passively, you can hear one of the like sounds like and morphing is like something begins to scream and howl in pain. And with that, you hear a voice say, "Fuck this." And instantly, boom, you hear something slam against the door. A heavy sound smashes against it. Another one. And as it does, you hear a crack from the door itself.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. The door's cracked. Can I
Cracked?
see
Yeah,
the
just like a small crack, like just emerged from it.
can I see like from the window, can I see who's at the door?
If you want to raise
like,
up the window, you absolutely can. Go ahead and make a stealth check if you want to make it very like sneaky.
I do want to make it sneaky.
Okay.
That will be 16 for stealth.
16. Okay. You crack open the window to take a look. What you see in front of you is a massive wolf. But the wolf at its side has a bag, like a satchel strapped to its side. And looking down, you can just see like burning, like you just see like parchment in its hands burning away, and it's going to another like going over to its side again and going to reach for, it looks like a rolled up piece of parchment. On the peripherals, you see another massive wolf on its two back legs standing up, like dark black fur, brownish, bloodshot red eyes with kind of yellow tinges, and slamming on the doors with its claws. As you are pulling up the window, or as you're pulling up the latch, there's a sound, and the one that's going for the scrolls is looking down and looks at you. Immediately gets your catching you a glimpse of you.
Cool. Are they wearing anything flammable, or is it just the parchment? Is the parchment flammable?
There is, so the parchment itself, and then there's the satchel that you can see right there. Yeah.
He's got the satchel on too.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's got a satchel. Both of them have satchels and parchment with them. One of them seems to have like, it's still got a satchel on its side, but it's like ignoring it completely.
I am going to, as quick as possible, aim a firebolt. Let me just double check. Yeah, firebolt, please.
Okay.
Aiming for the satchel and the paper, hopefully to catch more fire.
Aiming for the satchel. Got it. Go ahead and make an attack roll on that.
12.
12. Okay. You fire. Go ahead and roll damage for this.
10.
Did you roll 2d10 or did you just roll a single? Good.
I sure did.
You fire it and you split the satchel bag off of the creature, and you do kind of light the satchel bag on fire. It is not fully on fire and the parchment is still inside of it, but it has caught flame. You begin to see that there's a little fire beginning to pick up in the bedroom against the painting. You then notice, let's see. Bismarck doesn't see it. Esmeralda doesn't Irina doesn't see it. So yeah,
I
that's
want to
action.
take the rest of it. Can I vamoose up to try and put out the fire?
You can run to it. You will not be able to interact with it because you've used your action. But yeah.
Alright. At the same time, I will yell for Ishmark to come back because the door's breaking.
Okay, sounds good. He's already here. He's pushed the couch right there. So you've like looked at it. He's like, I'm aware. And he's going to just simply try and bolster. I'm going to give him a survival check on this. Okay, not very good. He tries to pick up something to put through and cracks it, and it stabs through the crack, making it more prominent. Irina's gonna be like hunkering and readying a shot with the crossbow. That's their turn. The one that is by the door slams on it once, doesn't do anything, slams on it twice. It's not able to move. The other one is going to put out or just going to grab a scroll quickly from the burning thing. Let's make a roll. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to roll
Burn the scrolls.
a D4 here. Okay.
I want to burn the scroll.
What spell is this? Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to just roll 2 D20s. Okay, shit. Squally, what's your current hit points?
55.
55, okay. All right. So Irina's holding a crossbow, and as this is happening, Irina has a crossbow and just kind of like starts to fade and just collapses, passes out.
Okay.
Ismark freaks out immediately, screaming, Irina! And he's going to be bolting over towards her in a second. It's your turn as well. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna put that fire out, or attempt to.
Okay, sounds good. Just go ahead and make a survival check for me here with the blanket. Just roll for this one because it's starting to build up a little bit.
Survival.
Yeah.
10.
10? Perfect. That's all you needed. You cover it up and are able to snuff out the fire before it like totally picks up. You remove it. It's good. That's your action. What else are you going to be doing here?
I'd like to make my way to. Okay, so sorry. Door, window.
There's door, window. It's like an L shape
One.
from the door to the window. Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to make my way back there while, like, I trust Ishmark with Irina, so I'm gonna go back to my post, so to say.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to the downstairs window, making your way there to go like right by the base of the stairs to that downstairs window. Got it. Okay. So
Actually, sorry, can I close the window that keeps lighting the painting on fire first?
Yeah, you like close that down.
And then I go back down.
Yeah, there you go. There you can do that. You just start beginning to rush downstairs. At this point, another voice. You begin to hear them say, "Use them. Come on. There's a reason that we have them. Shut up." And he's going to slam. Okay. Boom! You see a giant clawed hand like burst through the hole in the door. Irina is like shaken awake by Ismark at this point, and Ismark kind of like, or Irina goes, "Are you all right?" Fine, I'm fine. She shoves him off of him. Watch out! The hand is like kind of like scraping now in front of the door. The other one is gonna choose. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. That's not gonna be good for them. Let's see. Okay, we'll just make this quicker process for this one. Oh, okay. Oh shit, that's not gonna be fun. All right. Uses that, and then you just hear us as like a burst of light kind of like explodes outside. Okay. That's their turn. Irina's gonna go. She fires a crossbow, and the bolt lands like kind of between the fingers of the wolf. So then it like kind of goes in the claws and then scrapes the bolt. What do you want to do?
I'm going to also I'm going to also use my crossbow to try to hit the hand.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make a shot.
Nice. Okay. 22, does that hit?
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nine damage.
Okay. You fire, the bolt goes into the hand keeps going. There is no reaction whatsoever from the creature.
Cool. I'm gonna spirit. I really wish I had my book. Sorry, this is taking longer than I thought to just type things. I would like to. Oh shoot. Okay, sorry. Can't do that. I'm just checking one more thing. As a bonus action, can I put up my spiritual weapon?
Yes, you can. If you have the spell slots, yes.
I do not. Never mind. Don't
Okay.
listen to that. I don't have that spell slot. Okay, then I ready myself for more shooting.
Okay, sounds good. Ismark's going to try to go up to the thing and is going to try to attack the hand twice. He hits. And both times he smacks at the hand that has just come through. There is no reaction from the creature. He's going to make a disadvantage grab attempt. You just see the hand try to grab out of Ismark and misses. And now is just going to simply attack the door. And scrapes some of the door just with it. You can just see the claws reaching through, but right now it doesn't do anything. Behind you, Squally, you hear a crash as one of the claws bursts through the window and through the wood frame that is right there, and it begins to also claw out, try to scrape through. Irina, Ismark, and you get to go again here. Irina just immediately says, Ismark, it's no use. We got to find something else. He's looking and says, all right, go look and see if there's anything useful. Go try. And he's going to try and shove this thing's hand out. Doesn't work. That time it works. He just brute forces, grabs this massive claw and throws it up out of the door, and is immediately trying to like hammer in a spot, trying to put up some boards just to cover the door up. Your turn. Okay.
I shall. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out. That hand is pretty close to me right now.
It's like kind of like if you're behind, it's like maybe like 5 feet away from you. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna try to hit it with my crossbow, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot that other hand with the crossbow.
Ooh, 19.
Okay, that hits. You fire the crossbow and it hits, but once again, there is no reaction whatsoever from the creature.
It'll only be 4 damage, please.
Hmm?
4 damage.
Cool. Has no effect on the creature.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No damage.
No damage.
No,
That's why I didn't
no
ask for it.
stab.
What are you doing, Squally? You going to move or anywhere? You going to try to do anything else?
Well, I'll move back.
Sounds good.
And also look around the room for anything with Irina, I guess.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and make an investigation check. And while you're doing that, I'm going to roll twice for these guys. Reroll that one. Okay. Okay. The one that Ismark had repelled off punches a hole again inside, and this time you can start to see its face begin to pull its way inside of the door. It's not fully in; it's just got its arm through now, and it's just like glaring inside. Now with your turn, Irina rushes in, holding a set of knives with her, like just like kitchenware. But inlaid with them has like a special metal on it. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
7. That was my investigation.
What was it?
7.
7. Okay, you start to kind of move through the house here. You've never been inside of this place, so you're like just kind of like looking, but you're not like like that. There's a politeness to Squally of like, I don't want to ramshackle everything, but also like I'm in an urgent hurry to find stuff. So you're just trying to like see if something's okay to look through, but you don't know what you're looking for exactly. You go into an office space, you're just kind of like looking around, you don't know. But Irina comes over and she you just hear her off in another room. She's like, Ismark, here. That's all you can really hear at this moment. Ismark's gonna try to get this hand out of the door again. Okay. Does it successfully. All right, now it's back to their turn. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. The one that Ismark repelled before doesn't come through. The other one crashing through the window, through the wood frame. You hear this loud thud enter into the house. There is a massive creature in this house now with you guys. And now it's your turn.
Okay, it just busted a hole through the wall, hey?
Well, you heard it from another room. You're currently just off in another room right now, so you just hear a thud and a crash.
Okay, well, can I go closer a little bit?
Sure.
How far?
You gotta go back into you gotta go back into like the main living room area.
Yeah, how far is that though? Is what I'm asking.
I'd say like in your distance has been about like, 25 feet.
Okay.
So you round a corner, you get right into the entryway, and you see this hulking creature stand up on its hindquarters, claws out, large, snarling face, and a singe mark upon its hands. Like it's like fur has been singed off of it and burned. Irina is passing off these like utensils over to Ismark, and this creature is standing and looks right to you. Want to play, little birdie? And immediately strings out its claws.
Ooh, he's 60 feet within me.
Not 60 feet. Well, he's within 60 feet, yeah, but he's more like 15 feet away from you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I will hit it up with Firebolt again.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make an attack.
12.
That's gonna hit.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. You fire the firebolt. And you see like it singes and like blood starts to kind of protrude and burn right on its pec muscle. Shakes that off and looks right at you.
Cool.
You do anything else?
That's all I can do.
Okay. Irina is going to come up behind the creature, the rapier, stab it. She misses. It's like it stabs in, but it pulls away from her with the sword in its side, and there is like no effect. It's like stuck in the creature, but it's like not doing anything to it. And Ismark is going to just simply try to hit this thing in the face. Yeah, one hits in the face, and it just like takes it, and then it catches the other one in its hand and shoves Ismark back. The wolf is going to disengage basically from them, but like they're going to try to make attacks on it, and it's not going to do anything. It's coming right for you. Does a 10 hit you?
No.
Does a 21
No.
hit you?
Yep. Yeah, that hits.
All right. You take 6 points of slashing damage as one of the claws rakes against your body. You then hear bursting. Well, actually, let's roll. Yeah, that goes through. Yeah. The door, the top bit of it comes off as this like wolf gets its arms through and pulls the front of the door down and is now climbing its way into the house now. So both wolves are in. Ismark looks around and Irina says, Ismark, try these, and tosses the little kitchen knives out. Ismark's going to take one of them and try to stab it into the creature that just came up behind you. That is a hit, and he deals, I believe he just deals 4 points of damage to it. I said he was attacking the one that attacked you, right?
Yeah.
Great. He's going to make another attack. That definitely hits. It's another 4 points. Sound the creature like snarling in pain as you can feel this the knife cutting into its back. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, please, Squally.
Okay. Just a regular, okay, 18.
18. Okay. The kitchen utensils that Irina brought out, they're like these ornamental steak knives with like antler handles on them, and as they stab in, you see that the actual metal itself is similar to the metal that Sly has on his short sword and his dagger that he's like kind of like molded on. It's silver, and it seems to be affecting these creatures.
I shout, use the silver.
Great. It's your turn now.
He's rather close to me, isn't he? Yeah. He's
Yeah.
pretty close.
Oh, he's on top of you.
One second. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna cast Searing Light in his face if I can, just like a little palm close to his head, you know?
Oh shit. Okay. What do I have
He's
to
pretty
roll here?
close to me, right?
Yeah, he is. So how does it work? How does Searing Light work? It's
I get a ray of sun that projects a blast of light from my open palm. I get to make a ranged spell attack.
oh, you make a ranged spell attack, okay? Now this is gonna be with
Is he
disadvantage.
undead?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
You are going to have to make it with disadvantage because this creature is adjacent to you. Unless you want to like run away, like if you want to disengage from it, like run away from it, like just run, but it will get an attack of opportunity.
Do I have a disadvantage because I'm aiming for his face, or can I just like aim for his side?
Because it's adjacent to you. That's why you have disadvantage. You are adjacent to a creature and trying to do a ranged spell attack.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. 1 second. Yeah, I do. The same thing with Firebolt, right?
Yep, same thing with Firebolt. You gotta.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do Firebolt instead, just because I want to save my spell slots for when I'm actually doing well. So Firebolt again.
Okay. Disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah. Okay, 11. That wasn't that bad.
That does not hit. You fire, and it just like whizzes past its ear. But yeah, in this close quarters, it's able to move your hand out of the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you do?
Okay. How many? Sorry, were there other silver knives in the thing that she brought out? Do I
She
see
brought out
more?
something holding 4, but she took it way over to the opposite side of the room. So now you are to get those knives. You are caught between a giant wolf here, and you are caught by Ismark, who's behind. So you are stuffed in this space. You'd have to make like a athletics or acrobatics check to get past.
I'm gonna do that. I'd like to do acrobatics, please. I'm
Sounds good.
acrobatic.
Sure. You have to beat a 15.
16. Holy shit.
Ooh, there you go. So you whiz right over its ear. You dip over top of it just as you're going. It's not exceeding it over 5, so you were still gonna get hit with an attack of opportunity by the wolf as you are like making your way past it. But it misses the attack. So it swipes and misses you. You barrel out of the way and get behind Ismark, and now you are in the main room. You can make your way over to the.
Is Ishmark holding a silver knife?
Yeah, he is. He's holding like a small kitchen utensil. Yep.
Is it the silver one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so is she holding one, or she's just holding the box?
Not the box, and she's going for 2 right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell at her. I need one of the silver ones. And
Okay.
Make my way over.
It's still her turn. She's gonna throw one at you. I need you to make a sleight of hand. I need you to make a sleight of hand check to catch it. Yeah.
That's unsafe.
Yeah. You know what else?
Hand?
Yeah, 2 giant wolves in the house is also unsafe. She's throwing the
8?
8. You have it, and the blade sticks through your hand, Squally, and you take 1 point of damage.
Shit. Okay.
She's like, I am so sorry. You're just like,
it's fine. I like take it out of my hand.
yeah, and blood just sprays out of your hand as you get that. Got it.
Why we don't throw knives, kids?
The wolves are now gonna go for their turn. The one is going to go and attack Ismark twice, misses both times. The other one is going to grapple Irina. He succeeds. You see it grab Irina in its arm and is now using Irina as like a human shield and is going to come at you and is going to try to swipe at you, Squally. Does an 11 hit you?
No.
Okay. So this werewolf is now using Irina as a shield between you and it. The other one missed. Now Ismark is going to attack the one behind it. Behind you. Hits once, dealing 4 more points of damage. He starts stabbing at this thing like wildly, going into its face. Says, Squally, help Irina! And she's like, Squally, help yourself! And it's just like trying to she's going to try to break out of this. Not with that roll. Yeah, she has disadvantage now
really
because she
cool.
rolled a nat 1. Yeah, this creature has got Irina grappled completely.
But she doesn't have a knife?
She's being grappled right now by this creature and trying to break out of it. Like she dropped her knives as this thing had gone after her. So she's got 2 knives on the ground. You got one that you just pulled out of your hand. That's the situation.
Cool. Okay, I have a question about a spell real quick. Polymorph. When I change it to another creature, it has to be a creature with the same stats.
Yes.
What other creatures could I turn?
No, it
this
doesn't have to
werewolf
be the same.
into?
It doesn't have to be the same stats. That doesn't. No,
No?
it doesn't say. No, not at all. It's not a same stats creature at all. It must be a beast whose challenge rating is equal to
Oh,
or
they're
less.
replaced.
If the target's level, it doesn't have a challenge rating.
Okay, so what can I turn him into at the
I'm going to
same
tell you
challenge
this.
rating?
What can you turn him into? I'm going to tell you off of your. Go ahead and well, actually no. This has to be a different thing. I need you to roll a Arcana check for me, please.
Fair. That makes sense. Okay, just 19.
19. Polymorph is not going to have an effect on this creature. And you know that because when the knife stabbed in, when you saw that silver dagger had stuck in, you realized this is a lycanthrope. And a lycanthrope, like this one particularly, is a werewolf. And werewolves are shape changers. And shape changers are not affected by polymorph.
No.
Wow.
Okay. We'll just ignore that tab then. Okay. This could be fun. Squally's gonna try something cool, but it's probably not gonna go so well. Instead, I would like to cast Dimension Door.
Okay.
I would like to put myself just at a little bit of a higher vantage so I can like come at this. I want to like a little bit higher so that I can come up behind the werewolf with the knife and aim for like his neck or something, and like
Okay.
behind him and maybe kind of like grapple at the same time so I can also be like,
I see what you mean. Okay. Here's what I'll do. This is pretty dope. So you're dimension dooring, like walking through the door, and then you're opening the door above it. I will grant you advantage on the attack. And here's what you can do on this attack. You will need to, in order to hit it, you just got to roll a 12. In order to grapple it at the same time, you need to roll a 17 or higher. And what I will allow with a 17 or higher, if you're able to get this, is that you will be able to deal like double the damage on this thing. So it's basically like one dagger will make contact with it because you only have one attack action. But if you get a 17 or higher, I'll allow it to be like you're putting both blades into the back of this thing and you grapple it.
Okay.
And you'll have advantage on the attack.
Let's do it. And I'm just rolling a d20.
Sounds good.
That's right.
So, you're rolling 2 because you have advantage.
Yes.
You
yes. Okay. So.
step through the door behind you. You open one up, and then a silver doorway opens up above it, and you just begin to fall right onto the back of this creature. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
D20.
You got a nat 20?
I did. I got a 2
Okay.
and a nat 20.
So,
Thank goodness I had advantage.
all right. So what is your dexterity bonus?
Dex, 2.
Okay, so these little like kitchen utensils deal 1 point of damage, but they deal that plus either your strength or your dex. So the first one adds 3. Because you got a 17 or higher, you add it 2, so that's 6, and then you would like double the dice for both of them. But because you rolled because they have their inherent damage value, that is, you don't double your modifier with them, you double the amount of damage. So it's 2, 4, you deal 8 points of damage on this creature coming down behind it.
Thank you. That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Whoa. And now you have grappled this creature and you are now over top of it. And yeah, you're just like on its back.
I have never grappled anything in my life. So Squally's like stoked right now.
What is the color of Squally as you have now grappled this wolf?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. Let me think about that, because I feel he's a little proud, so a little bit purple.
Oh yeah, that's some
But
purple.
he's like also, let's make it like a maroon.
Yeah.
Because he's like also kind of angry, but he's like stoked.
Show me your grr face. Awesome.
Squally has a beak, so it's just eyes, you know? You can't... The eyebrows.
Perfect. Okay, the wolves are going to take their turn. One's attacking. Ismark hits him twice. Or no, yeah. Yeah, hits him twice. So that's 8. Then 4. It's 12 points of damage. The other one is now grappled by you, Squally. He's going to try to get you off its back, but he's letting Irina go to do so.
Freaking grab on. Good. That's all I wanted. I'm just piggybacking a werewolf right now, you know.
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Hmm. 14.
Okay, you beat it that time. Now make a second one because it's burning its both of its actions to try to get you off of its back.
18.
No, you are on this thing's back. So yeah, you are just stuck onto it. You want to make some attacks on this creature? You want to make some attacks on the wolf?
I'm gonna just keep stabbing him. Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I aim? Is that a thing?
Not really.
No.
Like because
Okay, well,
you're
I'm just
grappling
in
it,
the neck area.
because you're grappling it, I can give you advantage on these attacks as well. It's just going to be with the one dagger this time, but yeah, I'll give you advantage on the attack. Why not?
Perfect. I'm just trying to stab it in the neck as many times.
Dope as hell. I love it. Ismark's going to try to stab this other one and is successful both times and does another 4 points on it both times.
Does 12 hit?
12 does.
Nice.
So with that, you deal 3 points of damage to this wolf. All right. Irina is going to go after one of the daggers on the ground and try to stab it on the side. She hits and deals 3 points of damage on this one as well. This thing is just like bleeding. Like you guys are just cutting these things up. You're shivving them. All right. Wolf is attacking Ismark twice. Hits him twice. Okay. 5, 7. 7 points. Another 7. 14 points of damage against Ismark. Now, the one Irina's getting hit. It's going to take an attack on Irina and hits Irina. And like backhands her, and she goes back. You see like blood trickles down her face. The other one says, "No, not her," and is trying to like swipe off. The other one says, "Shut up," and is going to try to grab you, Squally. Okay, I need you to make an athletics check.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
4.
It grabs you and hurls you right towards the other wolf. And you are just going to take You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you land right into the face of this other wolf.
Yeah, that's understandable. Into the face?
Yeah, it's like you smack it right in the snout. But yeah, you get
How
hit.
big are they?
They're about, on their hindquarters, like 7.5 feet tall.
Nice. Like half their size.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish my friends were here.
It's your turn now, Squally.
Am I on the ground? Am I
Yeah.
prone? Or did I just like, did he catch me? Was it very romantic? Like,
No,
did
no,
he,
no.
like,
You smacked and fell on the ground. This was
okay,
not
I'm gonna get up.
okay.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna get up. I'm gonna try to stab him in the leg. Can I do that? Can I like in the foot?
Sure, I'll say you got both daggers still in your hands after you got ripped out of this creature's back.
Let's just get him. Let's stab him
Just make
again.
one attack on the creature while you're on the ground.
16.
16, yeah. You do have disadvantage on the attack if you are prone, technically. So you do have to roll again unless you want to get up.
13.
Oh, that still hits. Okay, there you go. 3 points of damage as you stab this
Oh.
creature in the foot.
This is so stressful.
Yeah, you're just getting covered in wolf blood as you're stabbing this creature. It's gonna attack. Do you do anything else, or is that it?
I'll get up.
You got it. Irina's gonna take one more stab at this creature, deals another 3 points of damage on this. Ismark is immediately gonna run over and is gonna shove Irina just out of the way and get in between it because he does not want this wolf to hit her. He takes an attack of opportunity. The other wolf completely misses him as there's a dagger in its foot. It tries to go and tears more, taking an additional point of damage from your knife in its foot, Squally.
That's sick.
You're gonna get attacked twice. One hits you. You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Right.
The other one hits Ismark twice. Ismark takes 6. And then 8 points. He is not looking good. It's your turn, Squally. Ismark's going to be attacking this wolf. Hits once.
How close is he to the wolf?
Ismark?
Mm-hmm.
He's,
Like, are they in between me?
There are 2 wolves. You are on the one that is by the like kind of the kitchen area, and then Ismark
Yep.
is fighting the one that smacked Irina in the main room.
Okay. In the kitchen area then. How far away is he from me? Is he adjacent?
He is adjacent to you.
Shit. One moment. Okay. I am going to do sorry, it's loading. It's loading. I'll do Word of Radiance just because he's adjacent.
Okay, so both of them are going to be having to make con saves.
Yes.
I think your DC is higher than 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they both
It's,
fail.
yeah, it's 15. Nice. They each take. Do I roll 2 different? Yeah, I rolled 2 different damages, right?
You roll 1 damage and you take it. It's a single word of radiance. 1 word that affects all creatures that are in that space.
Okay, so it's 2d6. Wow, 7 damage, please.
Holy cow, that's pretty good. You utter this single word, and immediately both of them start covering their ears as silver light is emanating, and it's like a drilling kind of sound for them as you see the silver light beginning to like burn through their ears. Irina, as that's happening, is going to take one of the daggers and is going to just throw it at the one behind you, and misses and almost hits you in your hand again. So you're like, completely misses.
While
The
my hand is still bleeding.
right? The wolves turn to you again. Squally, does a 16 hit you?
Yeah.
And does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay. You take 7 points of damage. Ismark's wolf completely misses. It's back to your turn, Squally, as Ismark is taking a couple more attacks. Hits wolf once.
When they got hit with Sword of Radiance, did he move a little bit out of range?
Nope, he's still on top of you. Just covered up its
Sword
ears as the
radiant?
silver light begins to fade.
Okay, I'll stab him.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
D20.
That's a 20. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. You cut this wolf across its jaw, and blood just begins to pour out. It's looking awful. Like it is bleeding from multiple holes, and it's just like staggering here, trying to hold up. It howls as like blood starts to kind of gurgle outside of its throat. It's going to
Ew.
attack. It's going to try to eviscerate you here, Squally. And it misses completely. The other one hits Ismark. He takes 7 points of damage. All right, back to your turn, Squally.
Word of Radiance.
All right,
Oh,
I'll make my saves. The one that's on you succeeds. The one that's on Ismark fails. Ismark hits once, misses.
Can I roll damage for the one that failed?
Yes, you can.
5, please.
5 points of damage on that one. That silver light is seen once again as its ears begin to completely like again pouring out of its ears. These creatures are looking rough. They are staggering around, but they are standing upright and they are going to try and tear you and everyone in this house apart.
There.
We're going to leave
I
you
think
for a
that's their
second.
job.
We're coming back to all of you guys. Caravan is beginning to move across the bridge and beginning to go up and up and up and up mountain, leading all the way to Castle Ravenloft. It's been a few hours of you all sitting around here waiting and preparing. Just want to know if there's anything you are all doing in preparation before your drop-off.
Yeah, Vystera. Vystera has coated I'm assuming because the Sword of Murado is a magical weapon, she can't coat it with poison because it changes once she brings it out, right?
No, it's just
Yeah.
a shadow blade. Yeah, no.
Yeah, she covers all her crossbow bolts with poison, if you'll allow.
Boats.
Yeah, how many bolts do you have?
I have 5 silver,
Okay.
and I have just a sec. It's right here coming. 9 regular.
Okay. I want you to make a proficiency, like a skill check here. This is going to be wisdom and your proficiency bonus for this roll.
Okay. Thank you. 15 plus 6, 21.
21. I will say with a 21, you have 14 rounds of ammunition. I will say you can lace 10 of them, no problem, with the amount of materials that you would have with this.
Super.
You would be able to distribute an even amount, and the poison is an additional D4 poison damage, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Got it. Does it also give the poison effect, or is it just additional damage?
I believe it's until next turn and only damage. I'm checking right now. Once applied to a weapon or piece of ammunition, the opponent retains its potency for 1 minute or until you hit with the weapon or ammunition. Creature takes damage. The creature must succeed. Oh, right. The creature must succeed on a DC 14 con save or take 2d8 poison damage and become poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Wow, that's actually a lot better. So yeah, 10 pieces of ammunition give you that. That's great.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll let you choose whichever one's in combination you want for that.
Yep.
But all right, that's your prep.
Yeah,
Sly.
that's it for me.
Hmm. Well, I don't have any poison to coat my weapon, so I don't. Do I have the actual cards? Like, did Madame Eva give me the Berserker and the Innocent cards?
Nope, you do
No?
not get the cards.
I didn't get the actual physical. Okay. Um. I don't really know what I'd be doing. I guess it's kind of like polishing and sharpening his weapons. I don't know.
Okay.
Just like trying to mentally prep for anything to happen.
Sounds good. All right. Eren.
Okay, first of all, can I use this as a short rest?
Yep, this is a short rest for you guys.
Nice. I need some HP back. Okay, and I think Eren's kind of just sitting, just like keeps looking at the scar on his chest, just knowing that another death could be in his very near future, and thinking about all the people back home that he wants to go back to and wants to help. And just trying to prepare for the worst and hope for
Right.
the best.
All right. Kari. She's also going to take this time to do a little short rest. She lost a little bit of HP, but she'll fully stock up. She. Just going to look at her channel divinity here. And Vistra, how long does it say the poison lasts on your weapon?
1 minute. Well,
I'll say for the sake of it, you can like I'm sure you have a ability to like just you'd have a proper storage thing to allow for these weapons to have the poison on it, where it's not exposed to air to like nullify it. Once the ammunition is fired, and if it is to miss the target, then it's kind of like exposed to air and everything like that. So it's going to start that clock.
thank you. That just occurred to me. That was a little early. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Kari. sits very silently. In her silence, like, you guys can just see her mouth moving slightly, but there's not much else that you can really hear from her. You can feel that there's a warmth around you all while she's there, but there's a menace to it as well. A strong presence that you are very, 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 very unaware of, and been unaware of for a while. But she's getting her focus put in as she kind of like holds the giant dragon shield and her weapon at her side. All of a sudden, cart stops. And Radka says, "Well, friends, we are here." He unloads, opens up the back tarp for you all. The flap of it says, "I wish you best of luck at this dinner, and we will see you tomorrow morning. And hopefully we'll be able to end whatever curse has befallen our, well, honored host."
Thanks for getting us here.
Of course. Well, it was good to see you all. Gives a faint smile.
You too. Guess we'll see you on the other side.
Of the drawbridge?
Yeah.
Yes, Vistra?
Oh, Vystera makes a point of shaking his hand and nodding.
Okay. He shakes your hand, nods. He turns away. You all unload, and gets back in the wagon, and turns around. And you guys are a little bit away from Castle Ravenloft right now, but you still see up above, high, dark, across the fog that lays off in the night, the outline of the castle gates for you.
You ready?
As ready as I can be.
Sly will look at the rest of the group and give a nod.
Do we knock?
I think that's exactly what we do. We are invited.
All right, Eren's gonna go up and like feeling really awkward, just kind of knock on the.
Well, you still have some ways to go before you even get to the
Oh.
door of the castle itself.
Well,
Like the
let's
gate,
get up to the door.
yeah. So, knock at an invisible door. Yeah, you guys still have to get up to the gates. You dropped off like a few hundred feet away, but yeah.
Just doing a practice knock to get rid of the willies.
Yeah.
Got it. Practice knock. Okay.
I need to figure out how I'm gonna do this, you know?
Yep. You stomp your foot while you're knocking just for effect.
Do I do like a secret code knock or like
Even a haircut.
it's a lot of pressure, really.
That's me being funny, by the way, Noah.
I exhaled through my nose with it. Yeah, it's a good one.
All right. You all begin to make your approach to the gates. As you do, fog begins to slowly part as you get closer and closer. It's nighttime, and you can all see behind you faint blue specters walking, marching towards the castle. seen this before. As all of you begin to make your approach, Eren, you remember when you'd spoken with Esker, the march of the dead that begins. There are hundreds of souls walking behind you all, and they begin to pass you. You see their faces. You see ghastly, peeling flesh off of their distorted, colored faces. You see their throats torn open, scars, scratches on their bodies as they begin to pass by you all. And they all begin to make their way up towards the castle. What's very interesting is that as you begin to make your way closer to the gates, unlike the last time you were here, the drawbridge is down. The gates are open to you.
I hate everything about this.
Yes. And here we go. Look over at Kari.
She looks at you, still silently, saying something under her breath.
Mr.
I'm going to roll something for all of you here as you begin to go across the bridge. All of you cross the bridge, and nothing happens. However, I need you guys to make a perception check.
$14.
14.
And
Vystera 16.
Crossing over the bridge, you hear creaking sounds of the rotted wood down below you, easing with every step, but you make your approach and you cross without issue. As you cross over here, you hear it, you feel it, a heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. You feel it emanating from the castle itself. Feels powerful. It matches your own heartbeat. Let's begin to get closer and closer, passing by these specters that begin to make their way up to the very top of the highest tower of the castle, and all of them begin to fall and jump off. Begin to make your approach. And you hear faintly wheezing an instrument. Cutting through the main courtyard, you hear an organ playing. You hear it strike softly, powerfully. And as you all begin to get closer to the door, it stays closed. And you approach.
I still hate this. The door's just open for us?
No, it's closed.
Now it's time for my knock.
This is like the wedding dress. Is it time for the knock? No. It's time for the knock.
I just go up and knock as loud as I can.
Boom, 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 boom. You hear the doors begin to open, and as it does, the sound of the organ cuts through, and you can feel it cut across your mind, sending a chill down your spine as you see, limping in front of you with his duct-webbed feet and his bear claw hand, his wolf arm, he opens the door, his bare ears on his head. You see Cyrus Bellevue once again. Right, it's all you lot, and wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one?
Good counting. He's
Thank
on
you.
his way.
On his way.
On his way. That is what I said.
We got separated. You're muted.
Separated? What separated you? What done did that?
A pack of wolves.
The winds of change. Why does that matter?
Well, the master has requested all of you 5 to be in attendance for dinner, and you've all been waiting, taking your sweet time.
And the other one's on the way.
Well, they're gonna miss dinner then. Go ahead and make a deception check.
Sure. 7.
Cool. Right. Well, no need for blindfolds this time. The master'll see you now. Follow me. As he turns around to usher you in, you can see his clothes are rather raggedy, but he does have some kind of nice little chains hanging on it. The interior of the castle is featured with strips and streams of beautiful tapestries, white and deep blue, kind of strong red colors, like crimson, and also a little bit of a mix of a maroon type. You come through and you can see in the main room as you enter, there are 4 dragon statues that are up top, and upon them they're kind of laced with these streams and ribbons. The room, the house, the whole castle right now is featured for the wedding. As you begin to make your approach into the main area, another set of double doors is open to you. And then here you see the tall pillar standing, a massive staircase leading on the left side, and a massive chamber opening up to the right. On the right side, you can hear the organ playing. And in front of you, there is another set of double doors. Cyrus Bellevue gestures, "This way." And he gestures to the right.
I'll follow him. I'll go where he's.
You begin to walk, Eren. Kari follows behind.
Thanks, Cyrus.
Fine.
You're doing great.
Thank you. You walk pretty good yourself. I can see there's a little less of you, though, walking around.
I still got 2 legs. That's all you need to walk.
So I will follow at the back of the pack.
Okay. You'll follow behind. You walk down, and what you see before you are 2 doors. There's a little alcove at the side, kind of featuring a silent standing statue. But there is a section of the door that leads to a spiral staircase that seems familiar to you guys. And to your right, a set of double doors. Cyrus says, "Stop!" As you make your way to the center of the chamber. He goes to the set of double doors, puts his hands on them, and says, "The master will see you now, but don't disturb him until he's ready to be spoken to." And he opens and pulls the door open, moving it with his arms and then moving the other door open. And what you see before you is something I'm going to describe after our break. And we are going to come back right away.
Awesome.
Ooh, baby. We'll see you guys in just a second here. Wee. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be jumping quickly back in here. Squally, we're coming right back to you immediately. Eat your snack!
I'm not ready.
The two werewolves stand tall against you. One of them looks at you as the knife is stabbed right through their foot. They are looking at the other wolf that is being stabbed, shanked by Ismark and Ismarel and Irina. Looking at you, and it looks at the satchel that is on its body, because its satchel is outside. It looks at the other wolf. It's going to run over, and it's going to go into the satchel. So you get an attack of opportunity.
The
Go
satchel
ahead.
didn't burn.
No, that's the one outside. There's another one that the other wolf had. They both had them. But it's running over to the satchel.
Attack of opportunity.
Attack of opportunity. Go ahead and make it.
Are they still adjacent to me?
That's why I'm giving you an attack of opportunity, because it's breaking that adjacentness to you to go and grab something from the satchel.
But can I use the? Do I have to still use a?
You have to use a dagger for this. Yeah, you cannot use a spell. You do not have a spell. You do not have Warcaster.
Stab him.
All right, go ahead and make that attack.
I don't know my glasses on. 1 second. Okay. 1. 13.
That hits. You deal 3 points of damage. You cut across the Achilles tendon of this beast. Blood is pouring out of it as it stumbles, and it reaches a hand into the back. I'm going to roll a d6. All right. I'm going to roll 2 d20s. Okay. Let us see.
Don't think it's a
Spell has
sandwich.
been grabbed.
Little bratwurst. Coca-Cola.
What?
I don't think it's lunch in this satchel.
No, it's a scroll.
Okay. Okay.
Bratwurst my ass.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm going to roll intelligence check. That is a failure. I'm going to roll d6 now. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Squally, you have seen spell scrolls. Well, you've seen spells fail before here.
I have failed spells before too.
Yes. Okay, so this creature is going to be casting a spell to you. But it fails. I want you to roll for me a d4 here. 1 is the werewolf who's casting. 2 is the werewolf behind them. 3 is Ismark. 4 is Irina.
No.
Everybody
I want you to roll a d4, please.
It's a 2.
It is the werewolf that is currently the one that it grabbed the satchel out of. I'm going to roll a dexterity saving throw. That is a natural 3. Oh, fuck. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to roll 4d4 as I am casting Melf's Acid Arrow at this creature. So, 4d4. That's 1 4, that's another 4, that's 12 points of acid damage dealt to this wolf. This wolf went from like looking kind of rough, but okay, to having a giant acidic arrow burrow into the back of this werewolf as it just begins to like breathe in acid into its breath and starts vomiting out acid. I told you, leave them, and just like starts like talking. It's going to just simply randomly start attacking people. It's gonna like wildly flail. I'm gonna roll targets on. It doesn't even have time. I think it just has time to attack with Ismark. So it's just gonna attack Ismark. Miss. Fucking hits barely. You know what? For the sake of it, I'm gonna say Ismark takes 4 points of acid damage as this creature just starts bleeding, like vomiting acid out of its mouth onto Ismark.
Ew.
And it's at the end of its next turn, it takes an additional 2 points of acid damage. That is how the spell works. So then it takes 7 points of acid damage as it just like starts vomiting, and it does that fucking Deadpool thing of it vomits upwards and it goes into its eyes and it starts eating it out, and it just like starts dissolving right in front of you all.
Getting nauseous.
You see this werewolf is just completely dies right in front of you, and the other one is like
I'm melting.
bleeding from its Achilles and stands up, and Ismark stands there like getting acid off of himself. Irina is gonna run over to the wolf that is the werewolf that is on the ground. She hits and she fucking stabs this wolf right into the eye. And it just like fucking like wrestles it to the ground as it's just like get it just like steak knife into its face and just like yanks it and pulls it back until it's just jamming and the wolf goes limp.
Perfect. That's
Both
great.
wolves are dead. You, Squally, see Ismark like tearing at his body as there's like a burnt now acid burns on him, and Irina like goes over to him, bleeding from the face, so like bruises on her. She's like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "I'm fine." Squally. Ugh.
There's still one more wolf.
No, there isn't. Irina just stabbed in the eyes.
Oh,
You
I-
got to know when Irina's doing cool shit. She went over and stabbed it in the eye.
perfect. I thought it was the one that was flailing still.
No, that one's melted. It's dead.
Perfect. No, I just misunderstood. That's wonderful. Squally is like holding the knife, like just staring at them, like totally. I'm like, what now? Also, still maroon colored because he's still like tingly after that cool acrobatics stuff.
You got it. I'm gonna roll percentile dice to see the situation here. Black is gonna be Barovia, and this one's gonna be the Gothic ones are gonna be for the wolves. Because you were able to take out both wolves, I will give you guys a, let's see, I'll give you a plus. No, we'll get to that in a second. Ismark tells you we need to make sure that everyone else is all right. The village, we need to make sure that people know about this. Hands you daggers, gives you to them, Squally, and Irina is like, all right, we need to make sure we can rebolster this. Squally, we need you to go out, and we need you to let as many people know what these things are. We need to let them know that these things can be killed by silver. Go, do it now.
I'm rolling.
Okay, so killing the 2 wolves, that's going to be a plus 10 onto this. I want you to just simply give me your choice. Actually, no, this is not your choice, Squally. This is you. I need you to make your choice of a intimidation or persuasion check.
Persuasion.
You're going to be persuading. Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
That'll be a 3.
Oof. So, Squally, you see as Jenya and Giorgio, they are currently fending off creatures like from like a house. They are like shooting arrows at these creatures, and they are having a terrible time with actually taking care of it. And you are trying to be like outside, like guys, these. Like you're
Silver.
you're getting a fucking wolf as they're just like throttling by a wolf right now outside. I want you. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to choose, Squally. You're gonna have to intervene here, or you have to make an intimidation check. One of them is gonna be risk.
Sorry, what is it? What?
One of them is where you are going to be risking your own life. The other one is going to be trying to push through on your own sense of personality and your own voice, trying to get you through this.
Intimidation. Go for it. I'm going to stomp my foot and just be like, yeah.
All right, Squally. Go ahead and make an intimidation check, and I will let you know the DC here. The wolves are not they're strong, but their presence is pretty it's just more kind of like force of their own nature around. You have to beat a 12 on this. 12 or higher to be able to get your way through this.
I got an 11.
Got an 11. So, you speak out. What does it look like when you are intimidating, Squally?
Puff up my chest feathers. I put my wings back a little bit, and I stomp one foot on the ground. I'm like, you gotta use silver.
Okay. You press it. You stamp. You stand. You try to say and speak. Because you weren't able to succeed it, it's not going to grant a bonus to this roll. The two werewolves that you killed before will. But plus 10 to this. I'm going to roll. And whoever gets the lowest roll is going to be best. So, werewolves first. You rolled a 32. That means on this die, I have to roll at least a 41 or less. I rolled a 73. That turns into a 63. The werewolves are attacking Barovia, and they are overwhelming the populace. It is a bad situation out here. They are taking people, they are bursting through homes and grabbing people and mangling other people in the streets. There's a moment where you can see Bildrath the pony is being taken by Bildrath the man. He's running over to a stable, just getting in. Come on, let's go. And then a werewolf is burrowing right towards Bildrath. As getting in the way, Periwimple, the giant man, he's kind of like a left-hand man, steps up, is like, boss, and like barrels into this werewolf, and the werewolf just starts tearing at Periwimple. And there's a moment, like Periwimple is a big person. He's taking these hits though. Like he's taking a lot more hits than you and is fine, but he gets bitten by this creature. Periwimple needs to make a save. Okay. Periwimple, roll to save. He's able to shuck off this wolf, and the wolf begins to run off. Squally, you are currently in the village of Barovia, and it is being torn apart by these wolves. I'm going to give you one last chance here, Squally. How many spell slots you got?
I got 1 level 1, 2 level 3, and 1 level 4.
Okay. Squally, your voice of presence isn't enough. Your actual ability to speak out against these things is also not enough. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the werewolf HP.
You go. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to take the werewolf's HP value here. Not going to tell you what it is. I rolled a 63 on their die and a 32 on the wolves. So let's do this. I'm going to add 31 to this kind of like generic group HP value. Squally, silver is something that can affect these wolves very well, but spells and arcane magic can also do it. So here's what's going to happen, Squally. I will allow you an opportunity to channel your own magical silver power, your silver light energy out to attack the wolves here. It is going to cost you spell slots to do it. Inherently, you are already attuned to the spirits of this world, but around you, because around you there's a lot of death and you can hear screams around you. The screams that are always in your mind are mixing in with the screams of the populace. So inherently, you have a pretty good attunement to this. You are going to be able to roll here to do, this isn't going to be like killing werewolves, but this is like repelling them kind of. So getting them out of the village. In order to repel these wolves, I will grant that you have inherently 2d10 passively. You can determine how many of your remaining spell slots you are going to use to repel these wolves. For every spell slot that you use, depending on which one it is, I will allow you to add that number of d10s to your roll. So for example, if you use a level 1 spell, you will roll an additional d10, which will be 3d10. If you want to use up your like one of your level 3s, that will add an extra 3. You'll add it up at another 3, and it's going to keep going. You decide how many spells you want to burn to build up this pool of d10s. And you have to try to beat the value that I've written down here.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so when I like this isn't on initiative, or is this on initiative? Like if I engage?
Nope, there's no initiative here. This is a completely separate thing.
So I use spell slots right now and I choose a spell.
Nope, it's not choosing spells. You are burning your spell slots for your just divine energy that you get from your expansionist ability. This is you reaching out to the spirits and using them to repel these creatures. This is purely arcanic energy.
Okay. I'm gonna use 2 spell slots.
Which ones?
My level 1 and my level 4.
So you're gonna roll 7 d10s.
Oh, wow.
Is that your final choice?
Yes.
Okay. 7 d10s, Squally, to roll.
Are we ready? I'm not.
Roll.
$34.
34. You close your eyes. You sink in. Silver streams, almost like all the different like lost bodies and souls of that surround Barovia's village start to get silver outlines around them. They start to move through to get towards the party or towards the wolves and try to get in between. You see as Jenya is being like smacked against a wall by a wolf that a silvered specter boots it from the side and it kind of like repositions itself to face off and attack it in a wolf form. You start to push these figures out, trying to extend. You feel it, you feel it. And as you're doing it more and more and extending yourself out, you can feel thunder. You can feel it around you. You start striking out, but you start to feel overwhelmed as the screams begin to catch onto you. You begin to hear, help us, help us, help us. And you keep hearing these sounds as they begin to hit you harder and harder. And you close your eyes, trying to push it out. What is going through your mind here, Squally? What are you going through? What is this feeling that you are inhabiting? What's going on?
He's gonna really try to tune into like the elements of it, like the like natural elements of it. Like he hears those screams, but he wants to filter them out to really connect with the thunder he's feeling, the energy, like whenever he tunes in with the wind, whenever he uses fire or water, because that's he's trying to get to that hermit side of him. So he's really trying to zone in on that elemental goop, the good stuff.
Goop of the elemental? Yeah, great. You lock in, trying to extend, and move through. There's a moment you open your eyes, and a wolf is coming right towards you. Squally, it's not enough.
Fair.
So there's a moment where you can feel yourself, where you can repel yourself away, and you can try to run.
I shall not run.
All right. The wolf runs up towards you, swipes and misses. Now we're back into initiative, Squally. You're fighting off one wolf here. You versus the wolf.
It's right on top of me again, hey?
We're on top of you. Go ahead and roll.
Look. Do I need an initiative roll?
Yes, you do.
Eight.
You go first.
Nice. Word of Radiance.
Okay, I'll make a con save. I succeed.
Shoot. What happens if you succeed? Yeah,
Nothing.
Nothing.
Do you do anything else?
I back up. I want to try to get a range.
Okay.
Even though it's going to be an attack of opportunity, I just need to get like at least a bit away from him.
You run away just a bit. Swipe goes and he misses. You go back. As you do, you see this wolf begins to change its form before you. Shrinking, the snout begins to seize and go smaller and smaller until you see before you standing a naked human figure. Hairy, massive muscle definition, scars across their body and chest. You look at this person in the eye, and they see you. Says, "It's no use, little bird. Let this village fall and burn like all the others." And he begins to walk up, and he goes over to a broken wheelbarrow, takes the top of it and like stretches the metal around it to create like kind of this like metal kind of like blade for himself. Kind of like snaps it a little bit to point it out, and is coming right towards you with that. It's gonna rush up towards you. That's a natural 19. That one's gonna miss. This is just an improvised weapon here. You take 5 points of piercing damage as he stabs this metal right into your arm.
So he's back to adjacent to me.
You're right. Yeah.
1 second. One second, sorry. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna use how far away am I from the mansion? Like
You're a few hundred feet away from it. You're kind of more in the central part of town now.
I got that far, hey.
Yeah, to be able to go through and assess all the damage and situations. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to run.
Okay.
Back to the mansion if I can.
All right. Do you disengage, or do you just simply move?
I would like to try to disengage, yeah.
Okay. You disengage and run. Essentially, what's going to be happening with this is that you will disengage, but in your run, he's still going to be able to catch up to you and still strike you. So
Yeah.
you disengage and run, catches up. That's a natural 18. And
While
that's
I'm like passing things or passing people, I'm just gonna be screaming, "You silver!"
got
and
it.
just walking like a crazy person trying to get someone's attention to start using silver.
You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel the back end of this thing smack you in the back of the head, slowing you down.
You said 12 points?
12 points.
How close am I to the mansion?
Like I said, you're a few hundred feet. You're at least 100 feet away. Well, not. Yeah, you're at least 200 feet away. You ran 30. You're 170 feet away from it.
Away from the mansion?
Yes. In order to go out and talk to the people, as Ismark had told you, you had to go out where the populace was. And the populace is
Yeah.
farther away from the mansion. So that is why you are farther away. You're at least 170 feet away.
Okay, but I ran 30 feet, so now I'm 140 feet away.
If you no, you were 200 before. You're a couple hundred feet. You ran 30 feet,
I see.
170 away. Yeah,
And he's still chasing me.
absolutely.
Ooh. Ishmark can't hear me right now, can he? Well. Well. One moment. Oh boy. Mhm. All right. Can I still run away and then still do things?
If you don't take the disengage action, you can do things. But
So
you
I
will
can
get
do
an attack.
something and then run, or run and then do something.
Exactly.
Frig. Okay, well, feeling pressure. Let's continue to run. And the firebolt worked on the other.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, firebolt.
Okay. Disadvantage on the attack. Unless you are gonna leave engagement, and I'll roll.
No, I'm not gonna disengage. I'm gonna.
Disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah. Nice. 14.
That hits.
Cool. Uh, 6 damage.
Okay. Singes right into the body. Looks at him. Or looks at you. All right. What do you do?
Same thing.
You're in run. All right.
Run, firebolt. Run, firebolt.
Okay, the miss on the attack for the attack of opportunity. He's going to run up, but he's going to come up to you a little slower this time, and he just simply says, "No, I think I recognize you. I've heard about you. One of my pack described a scrawny, small, and weak bird that they had traveled with. He's going to attack you again.
That's not very nice.
That's 15 to hit. And that's a natural 16. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
It.
Boom. Boom. Crack.
11.
140 feet away.
Yikes. Oh no. Okay. Okay, I run a little bit.
Okay, run. That's a 15 to hit.
Sorry,
Take
I don't get my attack.
Are
I
you
don't run the-
attacking or running first?
What? I get to make the run and then do something, right? That's what I was doing before with the
No,
firebolt.
because if you run first, last time you took the disadvantage roll and then you ran. But if you run first, I make the attack roll first. The attack of opportunity.
Okay, and then but he's right on top of me.
Yeah, exactly. So you can attack with disadvantage at close range if you're doing a range attack, or you can run, roll straight, but I attack first.
This is not looking good for Squally. In fact, it's looking really bad. Okay, I'm gonna. I guess I'll go for the silver
Okay,
knife.
go ahead and make an attack roll then.
18.
That hits. You deal 3 points of damage. Kind of scrape it across the belly. And then you run.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 15, and for the damage, I rolled 5 points of damage.
Yeah, that's all I had left for HP.
you get hit
Yeah.
and you scrape across the mud.
Sure
Feel
do.
yourself go into unconsciousness. While the stab wound was a lethal shot, this one wasn't. You slowly begin to drift into unconsciousness, but you hear this tall, standing, horrifying figure above you saying, I guess Moulton was right. Small and weak, scared bird. And goes and grabs your face as you go to unconsciousness. And the last thing you hear is, get them ready. We go back to the dining hall in Castle Ravenloft. Sly, Wystera, Eren, Kari. All of you see a full set dining table. On one end, on your left side as you look, there are 6 seats available. On the right side, there are 5 seats available. Before you, the table is set with candelabras that are lit, full dining sets of silver cutlery, beautiful goblets paired. There is no food at the table. There is no drink. It is just simply set. And the 5 chairs on your right wait for you. Before you, you see a massive organ being played. A haunting, like, symphonic sound begins to come through. And seated before it, the purple-backed cloak, massive fur lining on the side of the shoulder, long black hair with faint flecks of precious metals going off of them. You see sitting at actual organ. You see Strahd von Zarovich playing and waiting. He holds on a single note, and as he does, he releases his hands off, and without looking at all of you, you hear, sit.
Is it like assigned seating, or can we just sit wherever?
Extends his hand out to your right side. The 5 seats wait.
All right. If there's one that looks a little taller, maybe that I can sit in, I'll do that.
I'm going to be asking you in terms of the placements of seats. They're basically going down like seat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's sitting at what seat? Wystera, seat 1.
I'm assuming seat 1 is the closest to Strahd.
No, it's not.
Oh, then seat 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where's Strahd sitting in relation?
He's sitting at the organ. The table is like an oval shape, and the way it's set is that the chairs themselves, they're about well, apart from each other about 15 feet distance. It's a massive table. The organ itself, distance to the table, is 10 feet away from the head chair at the dining table. So there's a 5 on the right, 6 on the left, and 1 at the head. Strahd is staying though at the organ.
Sly will sit at 3.
Got it. Kari is going to be sitting between Sly and Eren. So Eren, where are you sitting?
Oh, geez. I'm sitting as close to like the head of the table where Strahd would be as I can, if that's
All right, so
seat
you're going to
1.
go by seat 4 then.
Okay.
So Kari will go at seat 2, meaning Sly gets Kari's benefits of the auras. Okay. So
Oh, if I can get a benefit, I'll move over if Kari wants to sit between us.
you
That's
would
okay
have
with
to
me
sit-
too.
You'd have to sit at the farthest seat from Sly or from.
Yeah, that's
from,
okay. That's okay.
got it. You want that extra
If
benefit.
Kari's trying to, well, if no, it's actually like I would feel bad if Kari's like trying to do something and then I'm just like, I'll sit here.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, cool.
I'll
Yeah.
go sit at the end.
Sly and Eren receive the aura of protection. There.
As Vystera walks to the seat, she places a peace offering of a wine bottle, not right at Strahd's place, because that'd be a little obnoxious, but just in front.
Got it. The wine bottle is set. All you hear is, "Have you brought it?"
Brought it.
Kari's like whispering, "No, we were talking about this. The leg, didn't we?"
I know. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm nervous. I know it's the leg.
We're all
Vystera
nervous, okay?
stands up. Vystera stands up and says, "I assume you are speaking of Esmeralda?"
Yes.
Esmeralda is dead. We had the leg. It got lost in a battle.
Kari
We
closes
had
her eyes.
We had her cart. It got lost in another battle with a bunch of stick figures. I promise you, Esmeralda is dead, but we failed to keep the leg.
So I am just simply supposed to take your word for this.
No, I would suggest perhaps, if you wish, you could perhaps check with some of your agents.
Are you
Esmeralda
giving me a
is-
recommendation on how I should conduct my business upon my land?
Perhaps. Are you telling me I'm lying? Because I'm not. So I'm offering another suggestion as
I gave you an order. I gave you a task to complete.
and I
Bring me
told
the
you
leg.
what happened.
Yes.
We
You
had
tell
it
me you failed.
and we lost it. It's not easy to keep things in this land.
I have been able to keep this entire valley. Now sit down.
Vystera sits down.
Not easy to keep things. Excuses from creatures who are not able to even stand up against little stick things. You bear nothing then. You carry nothing with you.
Nothing?
Nothing with you to show me that you have killed Esmeralda. Nothing at all.
Nope. Other than my grief. I kind of liked her.
Strahd stands up. Very well. And he turns. You see blue adorn on his torso, his clothes, his angled face, the scar upon his cheek, his cold, steely blue eyes, and his pale skin. He looks and says, I must say I am rather disappointed. I had thought that all of you would have been able to actually commit to the task. I had such hopes. But once again, you've proven that all you are just common wanderers through my valley, not worthy of my time, not worthy of my attention. But still, you've come here for dinner. I ask you, why did you come here empty-handed
We were
as failures?
we were invited. It's from the end of the table. We were invited.
Yes. I ask you this then, if you failed over the course of the last few days, what is it exactly that you have been doing?
That's a good question. It's been a long few days, honestly.
Well, you must be famished then.
Yes, a lot of battling this and killing that. We are.
Of course. Well, even though you have failed in the task I have set, which means simply that you will not be able to save or spare a life upon my land, I'm certain you have seen that that kind of offer is rather precious. But it is simply something that you are not able to attain. But that does not mean that you should not go without a meal. Strahd straightens themselves up. You see coming through the door as it's closed right now at the end of it, like kind of phasing through, a shadow creature comes through. A shadowy mastiff, long rows of teeth. It moves over to the side of the table and sitting down near where Eren sits. Not exactly close to it, but giving itself like a fair amount of distance with the wall, like 20 feet away. I want to wait for Hayden. His internet gets back in so that he can be here and present for what is about to happen.
I could ask a
So, of
question in the meantime.
course.
Does Vystera, well, does everybody, is that heartbeat still going on?
Oh, yes. It's very
Um,
heavy, but faint.
is there anything in Vystera's knowledge base, demons, devils, and I would actually suggest, especially with Sophia's training with Darkfell, that would give Vystera any suspicions or even knowledge in what this is?
Sure, go ahead and make an Arcana check, please.
Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah. 21.
21.
Thank you, purple die.
You take a moment to reach out here, and as far as I remember it, when you were traveling through with Kari, the last time you were here in the castle, did you not see a kind of large, like, object hanging before?
Of course. I knew there was something. Yes, we did.
Yes, you had seen a giant heart-shaped crystal hanging feature, correct?
Yes. Thank you.
You know that that is this heart. Now, you remember where you'd seen it.
Yep.
Arcane-wise, you think about that heart itself. And part of you looks at Strahd and then kind of thinks, wait a second. There's a complicated piece to this. Strahd is an undead creature, does not have a beating heart, does not pump blood, but you are in what would be considered his lair. And in his lair, he probably has some defenses set for himself. That heart, you tie it for your own mind, you start to think about a creature that would be able to give itself an additional bit of defense to protect itself if it was ever attacked. And you think that that heart emanates a strange bit of dark Shadowfell energy. Life energy, but for something that is unliving. It is an extra shield of protection. Now, it is probably closely tied to the creature, but while it is tied to that creature, it does still act as a shield for them. And the only way to stop that from being the case is to destroy it.
Thank you, DM.
You're welcome. Wanted to wait for you here, Padon, as this moment comes in. Strahd stands, does not move the chair, stands before you all, steps over to your right side, Vystera, just to look at you. Not, keeping about like 10 feet distance away from you. The distance just a little bit off to the organ. He basically just turns around and steps to the side. He looks at all four of you and simply says, well, because you're all here, dinner is served. And the door opens. As it opens, you see entering or standing kind of off into the doorway. The door opens as Cyrus opens it up, does this thing. And standing away there, you see a long, black-haired individual, pale skin, very fine and tight-formed clothing. They are slender. They're thin. Their face is youthful. It's a young man standing before you all, their face covered in shadow. They raise their head up, and all of you lock eyes. And you recognize this young man. You see Elvir, son of Davian. Young man looks before you. And as you look before him, he looks at all of you. He turns, and you can see scars, fang marks on his throat. And he looks, and he smiles at all of you. This smile carries menace with it. And as he smiles at all of you, you see, being ushered into the room, an individual with a black sack over their head and their... To describe this, it is very difficult to say. They are not bound in any real shape or form. Well, they are. Their hands are bound, but their hands are bound in like light, fine chains. They are tight. These people's hands or wrists are cut and bloody. Upon the chains, they ride up along this kind of like strange device. I want everybody to make a perception check, please.
Vystera's
14.
Sorry.
14.
Actually,
14
yeah,
for Sai.
Aaron's not, I would say, paying attention to that. He's locked on Elvir and is very frozen. So he is not perceptive of this at all.
Very good.
Vystera 13.
Okay. Sly. Vystera can notice this, that the chains riding along and they are connected to this. Sly, you notice one little detail. The chains, they move up, and then there are these sharp mechanisms that are like faintly like embedded underneath the base of the flesh itself, not to the point of like hampering and cutting into the muscle, but stabbing kind of like onto the bareness of the skin. You notice that these things are like barbed into these individuals. They're not drawing blood or anything like that, but they have marked, and you can see that there are marks on them. One individual with a black sack comes over and is seated down. Walking with them, you see a Triton vampire spawn, one that is familiar to you guys from before. You see also coming in another black hooded individual coming through. This time there is a small gnome vampire walking with them. Another person, this person carrying two people, a young black-haired woman being able to walk with them. Same thing, a larger set man and a hunched over man being ushered in. And you see a final vampire spawn as well. This one is a dwarf coming in and seating them down. You recognize these vampires from the night in which you had all gone into the coffin maker's place and had just narrowly escaped your lives. They sit, all of them, across the table from you. They moving and shaken. Elvir is to walk in. As they go, Eren, as you look at Elvir entering, you see Cyrus. He looks at you. He says, "I'll come back when you're done," and closes the door. Elvir walks to all of you. Hey, guys.
Vystera smiles the way she smiles.
Aaron's genuinely still just frozen.
Well, I gotta say, I didn't expect to see any of you for a very, like, ever again. Very long time. Yet here you all are.
My pleasure.
I gotta say, I should have taken your advice before about knowing how dangerous this world could have been. Gotta say, life's pretty great right now, but before it was pretty bad there for a bit. But now, not doing too bad.
I'm so glad.
What happened to you? Looks at you, Eren. What's up with this? And what's up with this? And he looks at the giant scar on your chest.
I just look down at the scar and just
He
look at my arm.
makes his way over to you. He just kind of like looks up your head. Oh yeah, you're not looking too good. He just kind of like looks at you, kind of looks and starts poking around. And Kari,
Yeah, my face is like white.
yeah, Kari just goes to try to grab a hand on him. Oh, it's all right. I just want to say hi to my old friends. It's goodness. Haven't seen all of you for a long time. It looks like a lot of things have changed for all of us. you know, when I was in that place of like not knowing what was going on, it was pretty bad. And honestly, I was kind of sad because I thought I was going to be alone the whole time. And when I woke up, even then, I didn't know exactly how to feel. I was all alone at that point. It was all pretty bad. But then there was a stone that was moved from where I was just laying, and then I was like back up on my feet, and Count actually said that I didn't have to be alone. In fact, things could actually be like they always were. I gotta admit, it's a little bit weird. Because like I felt alone, but I felt more like I was just like kind of empty inside. And let me tell you something, I am still very empty. And you see him, licks his lips, and you can see fangs protruding from his mouth. I'm still feeling pretty empty. Yeah, Vystra.
Vystra turns her head away from him and looks straight at Strahd. And what she's looking for is she's wondering, well, I'm wondering, but I'm thinking about kind of the Kirk, Spock, and Khan thing. Is she wants to clock whether Strahd is pulling the watching to see the reaction thing, the reactions from all of us.
You got it.
Responsible.
Strahd is looking along the line of all of you right now. Go ahead and make just an insight check.
Okay, thanks. Oh, that's 2 in a row. 23.
23. You're not reading anything off of Strahd.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna keep looking at him though.
Because that's not Strahd. Strahd's not here. He's not in the room with you. You can't read it. You can't read it. Because that it's not an actual person.
Oh, standing. Thank you.
So you look down. Elvir just says, but it was a very, very, very interesting conversation we had. And you know, I really felt like what really made this place really great, what made it so special, and what has kept me through all of this and kept me in check before, and how I learned everything that I did, just like everything about like feather, the keepers of the feather, how I learned to understand all of that and the intricacies. It really came to my family. And they were so important in all of this. And I just couldn't be away from them for so long. So I was able to just reach out to a couple people, and the Count, lo and behold, and as he says that, the vampires remove the black sacks from every single person at the table. Down the line, you see gagged Adrian. You see Stephania. You see, surprisingly, Erwin from the Blue Water Inn. You see next to him, Davian. You see next to Davian, Danica, Erwin's wife. And then you see Dag. All 6 of them sitting, gagged and bound, marked with these silver chains. They all sit before you, their faces shocked, bloodied, scraped. And I really got to thank you about this too, because, and he kind of jumps onto the table and runs over, and he jumps between Erwin and Davian, because now we got us a little family reunion. You see, Daddy here, he was having a little bit of an issue with the family. And Erwin, he was accused of stealing. And so he was like rejected. And my father kept saying, you've done cursed this land forever. And wine's never going to grow and all that other shit. The blood isn't going to be flowing through. The blood for the people. And so Erwin didn't want to take it. So he ran away. And I knew where he was. Because I went to visit my big brother. Isn't that right, Erwin? And Erwin's just like, and he's just like, oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah, what are you saying? Elmer, please stop this. Oh, sorry, I can't talk about this right now. And he puts it back over his mouth. I knew how much my big brother couldn't have been him. So many things. And so now you brought us all together, all of us here. You all gave us a chance to be together as a family once again. And I'm so happy because there's been so much that I've been just hoping for. And I can tell you, I think that with everything that's been happening, this feeling, this emptiness inside, I think my good old dad here is the one person to help fill that inside of me. He looks at Davian, and he looks at you all. He says, hey, Dad, what do you want to say to these fine folks for bringing us together one last time? Pulls the gag off of his mouth, and Adrian just looks at all of you. Vystera, and that 23 insight, you see fear, and you see a man who is looking for some, like he's resigned himself to being like, this is what he knew would happen. And a moment comes of your mind where he just kind of like, this reading that you have, he's like, all he says is, it's all lost. And Elvir says, let the blood flow freely, Pop.
Vystera stands up
Yeah.
and says, looks at Elvir and says, first of all, it's rather rude
You
to
have
jump
no
on the
time to
table."
speak because they are not going into a conversation here.
How far is it? How far is Elevir from Sly right now?
From Sly, you were right across from him. He's about
Like, what's
10, 15 feet about.
Sly's gonna hurl his blood spear at him.
I need you to roll initiative against Elvir.
$18.
Okay. You, Sly, are going to go first, ahead of Elvir.
Okay,
Go
what do
ahead. You are
What do I
making
roll
a...
if I'm throwing?
Oh,
this?
it's
like
the
how
same,
far? Well,
same
how
kind of attack.
far?
It's the same kind of attack roll. You're just chucking the spear basically right at him. Go ahead and roll.
Hit. So, ah. I'm gonna do it recklessly.
Okay.
14.
14. That doesn't hit. You chuck the spear. Elvir grabs it from the midair. He looks at you and says, "Oh, you know what? Thanks. This will do nicely." And he's going to thrust the spear into his father's neck. And that is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
I dislike you at the moment.
Ah, baby.
I knew that little fucker was gonna come back to get us in the ass, but
We gave up. We kept looking for him, but we couldn't. We couldn't
we
get
tried.
the
But I
castle,
knew it
and
was still gonna
was
come
in the
back to
castle
get
the
us.
whole time. Oh yeah, it was gonna bite our ass hard, figuratively and literally.
Yeah, he might literally bite our ass.
Literally.
He's
Literally.
a
Fine.
ass spider.
I have a naked werewolf man to kick my ass. You guys get
A lot of vampires.
yeah.
In comparison to like 17 wolves, what are we looking at for vampires here?
You're looking at you're looking at five. Well, you're looking at five vampires. Well, four vampires. There's a shadow dog, and then whatever the fuck Elvir is.
I thought Elvir was
We
a
don't know.
vampire, but I guess he's not.
I
And
guess
then
he's something else. Fuck.
the Strahd thing, that's just like a visage or something, like that he's not even there.
For Vystera can know it's an illusion.
Okay.
Yeah. So you looked through that illusion and you could see. Yeah.
Well, I was like, is this like, that was what I was thinking. I was like, is it an illusion or is it like someone pretending to be Strahd in his place or something? But because then we'd have a whole other person to fucking deal with.
Yeah, Vistra's pretty sure it's a visage.
I love
I
how
guess none
Vystra's
of
just
us
like,
know that though.
I love how Vystra's just like, give me a second here. One,
Yeah.
no.
What was that?
One more thing.
You are welcome to spend your turn, Vystera, when we get back to this.
Finishing your sentence.
Finishing your sentence. Absolutely. Remember,
Actually,
break it down what you were going to say.
I am
You know-
curious. What were you gonna try to say?
Yeah,
I
I
was
just
going
want
to say, well, I've been trying to say it for about 3 minutes, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise with our DM.
So I mean, none of us know.
What I wanted to say was something to the effect, as soon as the masks were pulled off, is exactly that, very impolite to jump on the table, and also, well, it seems appropriate we have some wine and see if I could settle things down a bit. And I was going to uncork the wine and pour it around and see if we could just soften what was happening.
I don't think that was gonna happen.
There's a group of vampires and one who hates us, and he's like, you know
people,
what?
I'm trying to buy time here.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I
I
will
have
say-
a family reunion.
Dead.
After
Elvir doesn't-
after the
When he
masks
goes-
came off, Eren that whole time was like this close to just like raging
Yep.
and just like jumping across the table. So he was almost like
I should have
growling under his breath, trying not to like just go full rage. And I think it's probably gonna as soon as this next session starts. So
Yeah.
I should have done that. Fuck, I should have. Because then I can, when I rage, I can jump half my distance. Fuck.
Well, we're gonna be able to see exactly what's gonna happen next session. So we will see you guys all next session.
Where's
I gotta
Squally?
just say before we go,
Dead.
Elvir doesn't hate you guys. You brought his family back together. So
Mhm.
we will see you
Whatever.
guys
A piece of
very
shit.
soon for our next session. Bye.
Rainy.